So in this video, we want to find an equation for the hyperbola described and all pertinent information about its graph. So that means we need the vertices, we need the foci, along with the information that's given there, and of course the asymptotes. Now we have to figure out first what type of hyperbola we have. Is it one where the transverse axis, which is the main axis of the hyperbola, is parallel to the x-axis, or is it the kind that's parallel to the y-axis? Well, if you look at this, the center is given to be at -3, 1. So we go -3 and then 1 up, and then one focus is at -3 and -3 and then 6 up on the same line. And the same thing with the vertex, -3 and then 4 up. So all of those points, the center, the vertices, and the foci are on a vertical line, which tells me that the transverse axis, which is the main axis of the hyperbola, is vertical. Let's look at the center. The center is at -3, 1, and then the one vertex is -3, 4. So that's 3 units up on that. So this tells me that A has to be 3. So let's do this first. A has to be 3. And again, center at -3, 1, and one focus is at -3, 6. So we added 5 to that y component. So that tells me then that C has to be 5. We know that for the hyperbola, the relationship between A, B, and C is that B squared is equal to C squared minus A squared. So C is 5, so this is C squared, then would be 25. A is 3, so A squared would be 9. 25 minus 9 is 16. And because we have a hyperbola that has a vertical transverse axis, we know it has to be of the form y minus k quantity squared over a squared minus x minus h quantity squared over b squared equal to 1. That's the form. If it had a horizontal transverse axis, then this would be a plus here, and then the minus would be over here with the y expression, and the a squared would be under the x term, and the b squared would be over here. And of course, hk is the center, which is -3, 1. So in this case, it's easy to just say yk in this case would be 1 quantity squared over a squared, and a squared, or a is 3, so this would be 9 minus, this is going to be x minus h. H here is -3, so minus that would be a plus 3 quantity squared, and that's over b squared. So b squared is 16. And this is equal to 1. So this is your equation based on the information given. This is the equation of the hyperbola. Okay, let's go ahead and eliminate this. Then the information we just need here is going to be A equal to 3, C is equal to 5. So the vertices, one is given to be -3 and 4. So we're given the, now we pretty much did what it wanted. They wanted the equation. And now we're just going to complete it and give the other pertinent information. One vertex is given at -3, 4. So A was 3, so we added 3 there to the 1 because it's a vertical hyperbola. We got that. And to get the other vertex, we subtract 3. So the vertices are at -3, 4 and -3, -2. The foci, one's given to be -3, 6. And that was obtained by, again, starting at the center, we add 5 to the y component because it's a vertical hyperbola. We got the 6, and then to get the other foci, we subtract the 5. So the foci are at -3, 6, and -3, -4, 1 minus 5. And then the asymptotes we get, basically taking the equation we got for the hyperbola, and setting it equal to 1, to 0 I should say. And then basically just solve this for y. So this will be y minus 1 quantity squared over 9. And then we just take this term to the other side. And the opposite to both sides, we get this. This will be 16. And then we multiply both sides by 9 here. So this is going to cancel this over here, divided out. And the 9 will be over here then on this side. So this is just going to be y minus 1. And that's squared there. And then we solve this for y. So we take the square root of both sides here, plus or minus. So the left side gives me y minus 1 is equal to, and then plus or minus the square root of the other side. So I just say plus or minus here. And then this will be square root of 9 is 3, square root of 16 is 4. And then it's x plus 3 squared. Take the square root and just get x plus 3. And then solve for y here, so we get y is equal to plus minus 3 over 4 times x plus 3. And then I add the 1 to both sides, so this gives me a plus 1. These are your asymptotes. So one asymptote would be y equal to 3/4 x plus 3 plus 1. And the other one would be y equal to minus 3/4 x plus 3 plus 1. And that's basically the pertinent information. But let's suppose you wanted to take it further and show you the graph it here. So let's clear this. And then here's the information I just went through so you can see a little bit better. Center, minus 3, 1. Vertices at minus 3, 4. Minus 3, negative 2. Foci at negative 3, 6. Negative 3, negative 4. Those are the asymptotes. There's the equation there. And then to graph it, simply we have to plot these main points. Let's go to this one here and kind of have it set up just to help you out a little bit with it. But the center is right here. For these two, these are the asymptotes. So where they cross, that's the center. So where these two red lines cross, that's the point negative 3, 1. That's the center. And then on the vertical line, the furthest point up and the furthest point down are the foci. And then the other 2 points, this one here, these are the vertices. So we go negative 3, negative 3, 4 up, negative 3, and 2 down. And then the graph goes from there. So this is the foci there, and a foci over here, and this one are vertices. So the graph then goes something like this, and approaches that, and the same thing down here. Passes through that vertex there, and then approaches the line. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.